Hello, this is Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm the Zombee Kat.
And this is our top 10 NECA Alien Xenomorph action figure video. This is of the 7-inch figures. And similar to our top 10 Predator videos, we're only doing the Xenomorphs. We're not doing any of the humans or other things like the engineers and that kind of stuff. Just the Alien Xenomorphs. Also, as we said in the Predator top 10, on a different day we may have switched the order around, and this is just our picks, favorites. I had more trouble on this one than the Predator one of putting them in order, so they could be switched around. It's not that big a deal. It's mostly just for fun, just to pick which ones I really like. My top favorites are definitely on the list. It's just the order and everything. I don't know. You can leave in the comments what ones you would pick. This time Zombee Kat's going to go first, and then I will do my top 10 after.
My number 10 pick is this creepy pasty jerk. He's the prototype Xenomorph.
He's a freaky looking one.
That tongue is so gross.
Yes.
That's why I like him though. He's so creepy.
Supposedly, this was what the original alien from the first movie was supposed to look like, if I'm remembering correctly. Early design, but then it changed to what he ended up looking like. But yeah, he's freaky looking with his pinkish parts, and especially that thing coming out of his mouth.
Just imagine him trying to tickle you with that.
Yeah.
My number 9 pick is the Kenner remake of the classic Xenomorph.
Yep.
Did I say that right?
It came from the original Kenner figures. There was an Alien vs. Predator 2-pack, and the alien pretty much looked like the classic Big Chap alien, but he was all black, even his head dome. And that's what this is supposed to be. Even his head dome's black and you can't really see through it at all. Which is kind of how it is in a movie. It's hard to see through it in a movie because it's so dark.
Yeah, to me, like, even though the see-through head, I guess, is supposed to be more accurate, this looks more like what I think of.
It's the same with me. Because when I started seeing pictures where you can see the human skull, it's like, where did that come from? And it's like, it's really hard to see in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like it really just looks black because it's just so dark. But yeah, basically just Big Chap, but black dome.
My number 8 pick is this battle-damaged warrior alien, warrior Xenomorph. I've just been calling him Headshot.
Yeah.
But that exploded head is so cool looking. I love it.
Yep.
That piece of his face, I guess, it's up in there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Little mouth hanging out.
It came from the second Aliens movie, Aliens, and just a warrior alien getting shot up by the Marines. He is really cool. I love the battle dam.
My number 7 pick is this little burster alien, Xenomorph. Said he's from, what is it?
Fireteam Elite Aliens video game.
Yeah, I knew it was a video game, but I couldn't remember the name. But I really love this guy. I like how he glows in the light. All those green parts look really cool.
Yep. I like him too.
My number 6 pick is the snake alien. He's just so freaking cool.
Yeah. It's kind of remake.
I really like the design with the little spiky arms all around him. He's kind of like a cobra, but also kind of like a face hugger.
Yep. And a predator with his big old mandibles. Yeah, he's freaky.
My number 5 pick is the scorpion alien. It's also a Kenner remake, right?
Yep.
And I really like the saw blade spine on top of his head and his little scorpion tail. I like all the little spikies all over him too. And he's got a cool coloring too, like that almost kind of bronzy wash over top of the black.
Mm-hmm. He looks like one that you don't even want to touch him because you're going to get poked by one of his spikies. He's dangerous.
My number 4 pick is the Gorilla Xenomorph. And this guy is just nifty. I really like how I don't know how to describe it, how clunky he is, I guess. And I have the dome off because his head is really freaking cool. It's one of the coolest things about him.
Yeah. These big muscular looking arms, which muscular isn't usually what the aliens look like, but he does.
My number 3 is the Rhinos Xenomorph. And he's even bigger and clunkier than the gorilla. But I really like the almost kind of like a magma lava type look to him.
Mm-hmm.
And the design of him is just really cool.
They also have that blue version, but we never got it.
Oh, it's so better anyway.
I do like the blue version, it's just so expensive. Get too many of them.
Number 2 is another Kenner remake. It's the Mantis Xenomorph.
He's awesome.
Mm-hmm. He's got one of the craziest designs out of all of them. And the paint job is cool. His little spikies are cool. Like, everything about him is really cool. Except for that he doesn't like to stand up.
Yeah. That's an issue with a lot of aliens.
Yeah.
But he's a bad one with that.
Well, usually you can balance them on their tail, but you can't do that with him.
No.
My number 1 pick is Queen. Which nobody should be surprised by. I mean, look at this thing.
We talked about possibly disqualifying her from this.
Because she has an unfair advantage.
She costs way more than the others because she's so damn big. And she's got so much going on. But we decided we should probably keep her in there.
I mean, technically she's one of them.
Yes,
so.
well, she is one of them.
She's just got so much going on. The paint job, the sculpt, everything on her is so cool.
Yeah, and I love McFarlane's version, but this one I think even went better and made it more accurate, and it's just really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest gripe is it's the little stand it comes with broke almost immediately, and she's standing now, but if you want her to lean over like she's supposed to, you gotta figure
Find something to support her with, or
Yep. Now it's my top 10. And my number 10 is the video game version of the dog alien. And I just really like how it's got the brown with the black lines painted in it. And on the other side, it's blue with the black lines painted in it. And this looks kind of cool. I just especially like how that looks there. Just cool looking figure. It's hard to see it from the front, the two tones. You have to kind of look at sides, flip it back and forth, but I just like how they did that.
Mm-hmm.
My number 9 pick is the Razor Claws alien. This is from arcade Alien vs. Predator video game. I really like his big long claws and his weird shaped head. It's kind of like pointy, but also has like the little bony looking thing in there.
Mm-hmm.
And just the way they painted it, it's sort of like the dog alien where it has like the black highlights and everything. It's just kind of cool looking. I like it. They also released a more realistic version of this, but I didn't get it just because it was, I don't know, I thought it was a little more boring than this one. The number 8 pick is the prototype alien. Once again, I just love his creepy, freaky tongue and his fleshy sort of color to him. He's just freaky looking. I like him. The number 7 pick is the Burster Alien from Fireteam Elite.
Oh, we both put him in the same place.
Oh.
He was 7 on mine too.
Yeah, same reasons as Zombie Kat. I just love them bubbling bubbles coming out of his head. They all light up. He's just really cool looking. Like, he's a very recent figure that we got, but he made my list. My number 6 pick is Big Chap. This is the original Xenomorph alien from the first movie, and he is freaky looking with his dome and his, see the skull in there if you look closely. And I don't think this is the most recent ultimate version that came out with like the egg and facehugger and everything, but I don't think this one is too different from that. Maybe might be an extra joint in there or something, maybe an extra finger joint, I'm not sure, but he's still really awesome and really cool design from the first movie. My number 5 pick is the Warrior Alien from Alien vs. Predator, the first one. And this is a very similar design to the Alien Resurrection Warrior Aliens, like with the way the tail is and the neck. And I just really like it. It's kind of, it looks a lot like the classic Big Chap, but he just made him a little more, or maybe slightly less human looking. And in figure form, I just really like it. I love that tail. I like the tail on this better than Big Chap. And I really do like that freaky looking neck.
I like how shiny he is. Like, the paint job on him is really cool.
Yeah.
It's almost kind of silver.
He's a fun one to pose around too. My number 4 pick is the Scorpion Alien, the Kenner remake. And similar to what we said earlier, I just love all the spikes all over him and his sort of jagged saw-like head. And he's really cool. Even though compared to the other Kenner figures, he's not very much like a scorpion, where like the snake looks like a snake and Rhino's a rhino, but he doesn't really look like a scorpion very much, but that's okay.
He's less extreme.
Yeah. He's almost just like a Big Chap punk version or something. My number 3 pick is the Snake Alien. As we said, he's a Kenner remake, and he's just a really crazy design. Even with the old Kenner figures, I love that old Kenner figure. He was probably my favorite of the Kenners, like the original ones. But as for NECA remakes, I really like it too. It's still really badass, just the colors and design of him. His bendy tail, and all his little posable pinchers and things. He's just a really awesome creature. And my number 2 pick is the Mantis Alien, and he is just badass. The Mantis hands are just creepy. I'd love to see this guy in live action.
You imagine him smacking the shit out of somebody with them spiky claws?
Or just grabbing them from a distance and ripping them apart.
Mm-hmm.
He's cool looking. I really like him. And it should be no surprise that my number 1 pick is the Queen.
Our top 2 is the same.
Yeah, seems unfair. I forgot to mention that there was that red Queen that they made, but we never got that one. It was a little different in the sculpt, but mostly the same, just painted red and a few little danglies coming out of its head or something. And it's just a really awesome figure. So many points of articulation, details, is ridiculous.
She's pretty.
Well, that giant head, when you look at it from the top.
Yeah, you should show that.
That's so
The thing is ridiculous.
And it's got one of the coolest mouths too.
Oh, she's trying to fall down again.
Yep. Yeah, like I said, that's the biggest issue with her. She can't stand up. And that's not talking about like NECA's broken, easily breakable stand, but the design of her in the movie with her tiny little legs that she walks on is just something hard to pull off in figure form. When they did it, it just can't really stand that well. So, that's our top 10s. And, yeah, that was tough to pick them, but yeah, we do have a few runner-ups. We each got 3 runner-ups. So, I guess Zombee Kat will go first. Yeah.
My 3rd runner-up is the Cougar Xenomorph.
Panther.
Yeah. No, I keep thinking Cougar because the colors.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this one's really cool. I don't think it's quite as crazy or, like, intricate as the other remakes, but it's still really cool.
Yeah. Got that little magnetic thing that pops off his back if you want to do that.
I actually think that thing's kind of goofy.
Well, it's there.
But I like him despite that. The 2nd runner-up is the Chrysalis Xenomorph, which is from that arcade video game that the purple one was from. And I really like pretty much everything about this design, and it probably would have been way up on my list, except for one major flaw. And it's also the source of his nickname that we call him, which is Towhead.
Or Thumbhead.
Because this looks like a toe.
Yeah.
I don't like that. But if we just block that little end there, everything else is good.
Yeah.
But why'd they have to make him look like a toe?
And he also does this.
Which is kind of goofy and kind of cool at the same time, but mostly goofy. It looks funny.
Yeah.
My 1st runner-up is the Genocide Red Warrior Alien. I really like this design. I really like the color. The only reason that it didn't make it on the list is because there was too many other cool ones.
Yeah. It's basically just for the most part, it's the warrior alien from the movie Aliens. Just painted red. That's still really cool. There's a few other ones they had, like we said that earlier. The Queen, the Red Queen, the Red Dog Alien, I think. And I don't know, maybe like a big chap looking one. I can't remember.
The fact that they're red and black though makes me think of ants fighting.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. My third runner-up is the Warrior Alien. There's brown ones and black ones. I think there's even a blue one. But I like the design, the bumpy head. Always preferred the dome of Big Chap, but I really love the Aliens movie. Second one is my favorite Alien movie that they have done, and they look cool in that. It's just there's something about this figure where it just looks like he has no neck. I think is what kind of held him back a little bit. And the paint, especially on a brown one, the paint's kind of I don't know, something just bugs me about it. But I still really do like him. Really cool design.
Well, the brown one looks more like he's dirty than that he's brown.
Yeah.
So he's got mud all over him.
Mm. My second runner-up is the glow-in-the-dark alien. I don't even remember what the purpose of this one is. I just really liked him, the color of him, so I got him. And he glows in the dark a little bit, which that doesn't usually work too well with the NECA figures with the glow-in-the-dark, but just the paint on him looks cool. The translucent green and the yellowish paint on him. I just really like it. And it also has that AVP warrior design that they used, so it looks pretty cool.
He looks like he's made entirely of his own blood.
Yep. Well, actually, it looks a little more like Predator blood.
Well, yeah, true.
And my first runner-up is the Chrysalis Alien from the Alien vs. Predator arcade game. Just like his like bony parts that he has on him, and the weird skull-like head, which still has no eyeballs in it, and has eye sockets, but just no eyeballs, which is good because I wouldn't want a xenomorph to have eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's freaky looking, and I like him. And there also is a more realistic version of it with a paint job, but once again, I thought it was just a little boring compared to this paint job. So, that's all of our picks, our top 10 lists, and our runner-ups. Like I said, I haven't bought every Alien figure. There's just too many of them. There are a few that I would switch around, maybe on another day. Some of them, I couldn't decide which one I wanted in which order, so I'm just putting them down. This is the order I'm going with because I can't decide. So...
There's two that I switched while we were recording because I changed my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, different day I could put them in different orders. But still was fun to do.
I think the top two wouldn't change though for either of us.
Probably not. Well, let me know what your picks would be, because I know they'd be different, because there's just too many aliens and people liking them for different reasons. But yeah, that's our list. This is Evilcheese.
And I'm Zombee Kat.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.